Hey YouTubers, welcome to Learn, Live, and Prepare. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my EDC, or Everyday Carry. For those of you that don't know what EDC is, to put it simply, it's the items that you take with you when you leave your home. What you see here is what I carry on a normal day, give or take, sometimes less, sometimes more, but on average this is what I'm carrying. We'll go ahead and go through each item and I'll explain to you why I'll explain as best as I can what I like about it, what I dislike, and why I choose to carry it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get this started. Okay, let's start off with my foundation. This is what supports my EDC. In the center, I just have some suspenders. I don't use the belt for holding up my pants. The suspenders is what's supporting my pants. What I like about them is that they are elastic, so they're comfortable. They stretch a little bit. What I don't like, excuse me, what I don't like about them is the material tends to hold bacteria, and so over time it'll start to smell, and it's hard to get rid of that. But they're not too expensive. They're like 12 bucks, I think, on Amazon. The belt, this is what's going to be holding most of my utility. This is a Next belt. It's a ratchet belt, which I like. It's very convenient. Quick to adjust. It's rigid. It's pretty strong. It can hold a lot of weight. It doesn't give as much as other belts that I've had, like some leather belts. Now, granted, the leather belts I had were mostly from Walmart, and not a genuine leather, so take that into consideration. But this is a great belt. This is my second one, actually. The other one I had was probably a little bit more than 2 years old before it started to break down. So it's not going to last a lifetime. Maybe with better care, it can last longer. I think there's certain guards you can use to protect it. So you can see here, mine's starting to wear out. I've had this one for probably half a year now. And it's starting to wear out in certain spots. It's pretty good over here, but on this side here you can see. And I believe that might be from my knife or my pouch. Anyways, Next belt. It's a good foundation. Works for me. Moving on to the next. This is a Casio watch, nothing fancy, but it works. It's got some water resistant. This has lasted me a long time. I think it's a great idea to have a watch on you. I know we have cell phones now, and some people might say, why do I need a watch? I've got my cell phone. I can check the time that way. You can, of course, but it's good to have a little bit of redundancy. Not only that, but there's more convenience to having this on your wrist versus having to grab your phone and look at the time. So again, nothing fancy, just a Casio digital watch. And then I carry a pen. This is, the brand's called Smoother Pro. I've never heard of it. I just found it on Amazon. It was affordable. I think it was $20. It's a bolt action pen. So if you're into that, something different, something fun. But I think it's a good idea to carry a pen. I do a lot of writing and signing forms, so I always have a pen on me. All right, let's go into the pockets now. I don't like to keep a lot of things in my pockets. I try to keep them somewhat light, just in case if I have to throw something in there that I don't normally carry. So this is the Civivi Elementum 2. This doesn't go exactly in my pocket, but it's clipped to my pocket. I like this because it is one-handed accessibility. I can close this, open it with one hand, which is really nice. I like that. It's convenient. It's handy. It's not a heavy-duty knife. Pocket knives, you're not gonna push to the limits, of course, compared to a fixed blade knife. So I think it's a good idea to also have a fixed blade on you. But I use this mostly just for opening boxes and light duty tasks like that. Going on to the actual pockets, I carry my wallet, and I try to carry it as small as possible. It's thin. It's just carrying my cards, identification, important stuff like that. And then I have this pocket pouch here that carries a Bic lighter and a Swiss Army knife. So the reason why I carry this is I don't like to have things all just jumbled around in my pocket. When I reach in there, I want to be able to grab what I'm looking for. I can just grab this pouch, pull it out, get what I need. So the Swiss Army knife I've been carrying for a long time. I don't use it every day, but it does come in handy occasionally with, you know, you might get something stuck in your fingers, a splinter. You can use those tweezers, which are very nice to have on you. The scissors, I would say, are probably the best thing about this Swiss Army knife. What I don't like about this is it's difficult to get some of this stuff open. That worked out pretty well, but some of the stuff is difficult to get to. Like that, all right, I can get to. Oh, now I'm having no problem, but I tell you what, when you really, like, okay, for example, the awl, this is really hard to get to. That's right there, okay? It's not the easiest, but it's not my go-to. It's just nice to have the extra utility in your pocket. So that's the Swiss Army knife. I don't know which version this is, but if you're interested, I can find out for you. And then, of course, you know, there's a Bic lighter. So for obvious reasons, you know, you need to light something. Maybe you're at a birthday party and somebody needs some candles lit. There you go. Okay, moving on. All right. So this is my fixed blade that I carry on me. This is the Essie Azula 2. I love this knife. This is a great, you know, compact, everyday carry knife. It is carbon steel, so take that into consideration. You're probably gonna have to maintain this a little bit more. I work in irrigation, and I get wet pretty often, and so this got wet. It started to rust. I cleaned it up, but you're gonna have to do that fairly often with a carbon steel knife. But overall, great knife. It's got a good thickness to it. You're gonna be able to get more utility out of this knife than a pocket knife. So I think it's a great idea to carry a fixed blade knife. Okay. So you've probably seen these before. This is like a multi-tool assortment pouch that you can put on your belt. I carry this. It gives me a lot of utility. So in this pouch, there's a flashlight pouch. And there I carry my Woobin C3. It's a great little flashlight. For me, it works great. I like it. It's got different modes. What I don't like about it is this clip. They're not very sturdy, and they will break. This is my second one. I should have tried to look and see if I could find a clip. I still use the other one, but it doesn't have the clip. So in order for me to keep it in here without it falling out the bottom, I need that clip. But it's a really nice flashlight, so I'd recommend something like this. So moving on to the multi-tool, we have the Wave Plus, Leatherman Wave Plus. This is my first Leatherman, and I love this thing. I carry it every day. I would carry it just for the pliers, because I use these cutters and the pliers often, every day almost. The blade I use a lot as well. I use this for the dirty tasks, if I have to cut anything in, you know, in the dirt or wherever there's going to be rock or whatever. And this is my blade that gets beat up the most. Comes with a file, serrated blade, saw. Comes with some other various tools. It's got the proprietary bits there. Speaking of that, I do carry in here a little ratchet set that attaches in there, which I think is really good to have if you're gonna, maybe you have some other bits, and you know, of course, the proprietary is not something you're gonna probably be carrying with you for all the different sizes. You can go ahead and attach that in there, and it's ratcheting too, which is really nice. So there's that. I keep right in here. Put that back in there. Okay, and then there's a few other tools inside of here. I don't usually use the scissors. I'd prefer the scissors on the Swiss Army knife over this. But again, like I said, just for the pliers and a few other utility options, I carry this all the time. It's great. I'm actually thinking about trying the Leatherman Arc. I've seen that. I kind of like that. It's what I do like. I can use this mostly one hand. You know, if I need to open everything up, I can. But it's a little bit more cumbersome, as you can see. So, going to the Arc, that's all one-handed accessibility. So I'm thinking about saving up and trying to get one of those. And then over here, I carry a permanent marker. It's great for, you know, if you work in construction, or again, I work in irrigation, so I'm marking pipes for cutting or other purposes. You know, the pen doesn't always write on metal, so sometimes if you need to write on metal, you can use the marker. And then I just carry my keys, and then they just dangle. I don't let them dangle though. I put them in my pocket so that they're secure. All right, and then moving on from there, going into my concealed carry weapon. I carry the Glock 43X. This isn't the MOS, this is the first version. In hindsight, obviously, I would love to take the MOS. That way I can attach a flashlight. I only use this during the day, so I'm probably not going to need a flashlight unless I'm in a dark room, but I do like it. It's somewhat compact. It's a little bit bulky, but it works for me. I've gotten used to it, and I always try to carry an extra magazine or two, because you never know, you might have a malfunction. Sometimes just changing out the mag. I haven't had any issues like that with Glock. Glock's, from what I understand, is pretty reliable, pretty tough. And that's why I went with the 43X. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found something useful or informative. If I didn't go over anything, feel free to comment. Let me know if you're interested in any of this stuff. I can try and figure out where I got it and let you know. Or maybe you might have some suggestions. Maybe you see something that works, that might work better, and you might have a good idea that I didn't think of. So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, take care.